Hello, today is November 2021. Before I begin this video, I have to establish two main points. The first point, to believe is to make an uninformed conclusion. And the second point, practical sciences have been confused with liberal arts theoretical pseudosciences. Write those down. Now, I'm going to be getting into a point. I'm going to start off referencing, I guess, religions, belief systems, call it whatever you want. But there's going to be a point towards the end of all this. So, for example, many belief systems, people in belief systems, I'm going to use Christians as an example, I'm not picking on them, will thank the Most High, or God, Creator, for a surgery, a life-saving surgery, for example. And they will thank the Most High for that, forgetting that these are one of the things that the fallen angels had given to the human species of creation. But yet, they thank the Most High. Now, what if the Most High, God, Creator, wanted that person gone from this world? Say, for example, to be with him in the kingdom. Well, now you've just circumvented his want by overriding that with knowledge given by the fallens, with the fallen angels. Now, this video is not focused on religion, and religion has nothing to do with the Most High, God, the Creator. Really, the focus is about where people have their faith, their trust, who they give their trust to. And they give their trust to, for example, these liberal arts theoretical pseudosciences on any topic. Now, you can apply that with current worldwide events. Okay? People give their blind trust to other people for whatever reason, because maybe they're wearing a white lab coat to distinguish themselves from the common person. And people are getting doctorates on all sorts of subjects. So when somebody has the title of a doctor, doesn't mean that they're a real doctor. They may have a doctorate in something. And I'm not taking away from people who have invested their lifetime attaining a doctorate, say, for example, in, I'm trying to think of an example, mathematics or English. Now, mathematics is another thing that ties in with practical mathematics being confused with theoretical mathematics. And law has become like theoretical mathematics, neither of which have a basis in reality. But I digress. So people are putting their trust into these liberal arts theoretical pseudosciences. Now, why do I say liberal arts? Because all these pseudosciences in the education institutions are under liberal arts. That's a term a lot of people haven't heard in a long time. Possibly the newer, younger generations have never heard of that because it's just become mainstream in the education system. But back in my day, there were liberal arts studies, which included psychology and sociology and humanities, stuff like that. And I'm now going to segue into the liberal arts theoretical pseudosciences of psychology, the most destructive and the most dangerous of all the alleged sciences. Observation is what they do. Speculation of observation is not science. And I've done extensive videos on this alleged so-called profession. And bottom line is that this pseudoscience of psychology is a great tool, a great weapon that has been used and is being used with current worldwide events against the people. Now, there are certain patterns within human character that repeat. For example, you can look at the Ash, the Milgram, and even the Stanford experiments to understand these patterns. This study is made famous by Julia Shaw, also shows how vulnerable people are to having false memories implanted, how easy it is for most. And again, that ties into current worldwide events. People have a recollection of, say, having a flu or something and how bad it was, and then a false memory grows from there. Maybe they didn't even have one, but they remember having one. And to them, it could be as real as if it really happened. So a lot of these studies are known. So this whole psychology field is a weapon being used against the people, as well as to discredit people. Yes, to discredit people. You go back and take, for example, with my case, how some professional with some sort of psychology background deemed me mimicking a pedophile grooming a child, put that in print to discredit me. And this circulated everywhere. And over the years, I couldn't understand why no one was listening to me, no one cared, and in fact were very rude to me because of this kind of false information. Keep in mind, there were no minors involved, nothing like that. Mimicking is the key word. But remember, people will only remember pedophile and then link that to me, to discredit me. So psychology, the liberal arts, theoretical pseudoscience of psychology, is a weapon. It's a weapon being used against people today to deem people incapable of making, for example, medical decisions. That could be on an individual basis, or guess what, as society as a whole. And that has been done. You're wondering why things can be imposed? Because you're deemed mentally incapable of making a properly informed conclusion. Perhaps because you believe. See how everything ties in together? And look at the world today. People have accepted theoretical pseudosciences and theoretical mathematics as fact, talking about nonsensical dimensions and all sorts of other stuff, and even alleged solar flares traveling millions and billions of miles through so-called space. All these things people have accepted blindly. So you really have to think before you start thanking the Most High, God, the Creator, for whatever. Where does this stuff really come from? Not only when it comes to medicines and stuff, magic potions and all these things, but also given by the fallen with things like music. Now I'm starting to rub some people because a lot of people like music, and I used to listen to music too. I just stopped listening to music on my own because I realized that I wanted to have a clear mind. I didn't want something repeating, or the tones of the sounds of instruments affecting my mood. And some people will argue that some music, for example, that's good. It makes them feel happy. It brings something positive. Oh yeah, it's manipulating you. That's why I stopped. And then when you start looking at where music came from, the fallen angels, makes sense. Music is a way to control. And sure, you can choose, what genre of music you like. But if you actually think about listening to something over and over, something repeating over and over in your head, maybe even falling asleep to it, have that music playing as you sleep, it's all programming you. Just like television, just like movies, just like, dare I say, mainstream news. Just keep repeating it over and over and over. Now, does that sound something like it's good? Look at the world today. So where are you putting your trust? Who are you giving your trust to? Another person who was a little bit more ambitious than everyone else and obtained a title? Maybe you put on a lab coat, or with law, putting on the black robe, talking all fancy. Think about it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.